In the world of business across the decades, it's hardly unexpected to find the Mafia under every rock, behind every door, hiding in every shadow. But did you know that the Mafia, especially from Italian and Jewish backgrounds, had a hand in shaping the music scene? Welcome back to Rue Royale, where we uncover the secrets of the rich and powerful. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Now, why would the Mafia be interested in the world of music, you ask? Well, first off, cash ruled the roost in transactions. A perfect match for the clandestine operations of the mob. From jukebox revenues and drink sales at lively venues to artist earnings and vinyl purchases, a significant chunk of transactions happened in cold, hard cash. This provided a convenient way for mobsters to hide profits from tax authorities and launder money flowing in from other underworld endeavors. But that's not all. The music industry was like a perpetually spinning record, with new releases hitting the shelves constantly. This meant a perpetual flow of cash, making it an attractive arena for the mob to operate. Moreover, music took center stage at many Mafia-owned establishments, including nightclubs and bars. The mob could turn these music-centric businesses into a marketplace for their other operations. Real estate, construction services, food and drink, waste management, you name it, they provided it. In the elaborate web that was their business dealings, the music industry took center stage. And let's not forget the art of counterfeiting. In the analog age of vinyl records and cassette tapes, it was relatively easy to counterfeit. Bootleggers pressed counterfeit records, flooding the market and effectively printing their own version of musical money. But fast forward to today, and the Mafia's influence has diminished as the music industry has gone digital. Revenue flows in from online sources, making it harder for shady deals and tax evasion. But make no mistake, the impact they had on the music industry's history remains very much visible. Despite the obvious evidence, there have been persistent claims that the Mafia was in fact not involved in the music industry, not to a very effective degree anyway. These claims have been both disputed and substantiated by key figures in the field. Jerry Wexler, a notable personality associated with Atlantic Records, acknowledged that the Mafia desired control over the record industry. However, he contended that their influence remained largely at the periphery, engaging in activities such as selling cutout records, pressing, and independent promotion. The Mafia's involvement seemed to revolve around managerial, brokerage, or financial roles rather than more creative aspects in this fundamentally creative industry. One infamous figure linked to the Mafia was Meyer Lansky, recognized as the mob's accountant, a Jewish mobster of substantial prominence. Lansky not only presided over an expansive international gambling empire, but also made significant investments in music jukeboxes. It was rumored that he oversaw a company that essentially monopolized Wurlitzer jukeboxes in the New York area. The Outfit, a mob history book, covers the tale of the Chicago crime organization that rose to dominance under Al Capone. The book details the Outfit's association with both Meyer Lansky and the Rudolf Wurlitzer Company, which manufactures jukeboxes. The book describes Wurlitzer Corporation. Vice President Milton J. Hammergren testifying before Congress that Wurlitzer Corporation knew Lansky and his associates represented a solution to Wurlitzer's struggles with distributing jukeboxes to bars, even admitting that they knew people were killed trying to sell jukeboxes. The Music Corporation of America, MCA, and its evolution into a Hollywood giant were also intricately tied to figures like Jules Stein and Lew Wasserman. The book The Last Mogul, Lew Wasserman, MCA, and the Hidden History of Hollywood revealed the connections between MCA, Stein, and Meyer Lansky through Sidney Korshak, a prominent Mafia figure in Los Angeles. It was then inevitably suggested that these connections played a significant role in MCA's growth and influence within the entertainment industry. Moreover, allegations presented in the book Dark Victory, Ronald Reagan, MCA, and the Mob suggested that Lew Wasserman also acted as a vital link between actor Ronald Reagan and the Mafia. Wasserman was purported to have facilitated the flow of entertainment revenue to the Mafia, while simultaneously exerting influence to propel Reagan into the position of President of the United States. If the Mafia was putting people in the presidential office, let's just say there was a good chance their web stretched well into the music industry. Morris Levy is another widely known figure in the independent record label scene of the 20th century. His journey began as a hat check boy in a nightclub and climbed to ownership of the popular Birdland Jazz Club on Broadway in Manhattan. Building on the success, Levy established Roulette Records and several other record labels and music publishing companies. What added to his notoriety were his deep-seated connections with the Genovese crime family, notably crime bosses Tommy Eboli and Vincent Gigante. These mobsters acted as silent partners, funding Levy's ventures, and eventually becoming more visibly involved, even conducting mob-related meetings in Levy's offices. Levy's reach also extended to the retail side of the music industry. He acquired and expanded a chain of record stores, rebranding them as Strawberries. Allegedly, he partnered with the Genovese crime family in this venture, with plans for them to take complete control of the business and its financial operations. In 1990, after years of being under FBI investigation, Levy was convicted of extortion. However, he passed away 2 months before he was due to report to prison. The book, Godfather of the Music Business, Morris Levy, chronicles Levy's rise to prominence as a boss in the nightclub, record label, record store, and entertainment business domains. However, during the era of record stores and radio stations, a challenge arose for record labels promoting new albums from their artists. They needed singles from these albums to play on radio stations to boost album sales at stores. However, radio stations preferred to play music that was already in demand. This dilemma led to the development of a process involving promotions and payments, including bribes and payola, allowing labels to introduce new songs and artists. Over time, a network of middlemen known as the network emerged.
And that's where I come in.
We can take a credit card from anywhere in the world. We're just the middlemen.
That's limitless.
Managing relationships with radio stations on behalf of record labels. Fred DeCipio, Joe Isgrove, Dennis Laventhal, Gary Bird, Jerry Brenner, and Jerry Myers were key figures in the network. Their activities, alongside the collaboration between record labels and radio stations, are extensively covered in Frederick Dannon's eye-opening book, Hit Men, Power Brokers, and Fast Money Inside the Music Business. In one particularly significant event in January 1986, undercover agents tailing John Gotti encountered each other, bringing to light Gotti's association with Fred DeCipio and Joe Isgrove at the Helmsley Palace Hotel in Manhattan. An NBC News crew captured this encounter, triggering a federal grand jury investigation into record label payola. While charges were brought against Joe Isgrove related to payola, the case was eventually dismissed due to prosecutorial misconduct. Years later, Isgrove faced gambling charges, revealing accusations of his alleged involvement with the Gambino crime family. When Tommy James burst onto the music scene with Hanky Panky, a single he recorded back in 1964 for a small Michigan label, it was like a spark of hope for Morris Levy. The song had done reasonably well in Michigan, but it wasn't until 1966 that things really took off. A sharp-eyed promoter in Pittsburgh discovered a copy and played it to a lively crowd, prompting a wave of bootleg sales that saw 80,000 copies flying off the shelves in just 10 days. At the time, James was a young father trying to make ends meet by performing R&B and Beatles covers in bars across the Midwest. Little did he know about the hit he had on his hands until that persistent promoter managed to track him down. Soon enough, he found himself whisked away to Manhattan, where he signed a deal that would significantly impact his life. Hanky Panky was given a new lease on life when it was re-released under Roulette Records. Ultimately skyrocketing to the top of the U.S. charts. However, this success came with its share of challenges. James's promoter manager bravely approached Levy, seeking rightful royalties. Instead of a fair negotiation, things took a dark turn. He was met with threats and violence, leaving a young and inexperienced artist facing the wrath of a powerful mobster.
Stand by me all the while.
Stand by me all the while.
Happiness.
Michael Franzese even used to rely on Norby to secure concert tickets.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't seem to have these reservations.
Copy DS. Confirm the tickets. Go!
My apologies, it just came through.
And preferred ringside seats through Norby's connections, as he represented various people. During that time, Michael owned a couple of clubs and struggled to get top artists to perform. Norby was instrumental in providing access to these artists at the right prices and fostering a mutually beneficial relationship. At that point, money wasn't a pressing concern for Michael. However, when Michael's father, Sonny Franzese, returned from prison on parole, their perspectives differ. So, during the conversation with Norby, Michael's father confronted Norby about their past partnership, claiming to have been a partner in the agency and management company they had formed together. Norby, on the other hand, had a different recollection and denied the partnership. The tension escalated when Michael's father threatened to put a bullet through Norby's brain. Understandably, Norby was very shaken by the whole encounter.
Wow, no. Right, you get him out of it. Go on, fuck off. 1 hour.
And all this existed even without mentioning the elephant in the room, Frank Sinatra's involvement with organized crime. One notable event involved Sinatra and rival Buddy Rich. It's said that Sinatra may have arranged for the mob to assault Rich, showcasing the intense competition and sometimes ruthless tactics within the music industry during that era. Moreover, Sinatra managed to free himself from a management contract with Tommy Dorsey, a band leader, with the help of 3 mobsters who reportedly coerced Dorsey at gunpoint to sign the release. The media never quite highlighted Sinatra's connection with the mob, and it doesn't take a genius to figure out why. So to suggest that the Mafia may have influenced music is an understatement. It would be more fitting to suggest that they downright changed the industry. Thank you for watching and stay tuned until next time.